Whatever is happening in Afghanistan, the situation is fluid. It is evolving, so one cannot make very solid predictions. But there are one or two things which are very clear if you look at the direction and trajectory of events. One, that Ashraf Ghani and his forces, they have failed to actually defend themselves, and the speed with which Afghan Taliban are moving, this actually defies the military logic, but it does not defy the political logic. So what I think, my assessment is that more than fighting, it is the talking which is making such rapid advances within Afghanistan. So, irrespective of whatever the Western media say, there are fightings, but not that intense as it is being depicted. It is more of people surrendering either willfully or under duress or whatever it is. So your question that they are saying something else in Doha and doing something else on ground, I think that the two things are quite compatible. Once a superpower which was here for 20 years, they leave a place, there's a vacuum. So naturally, the more stronger force will fill that vacuum. And that is what is happening. And I think Afghan Taliban will keep themselves engaged in the talk. But the final and substantial talks will only take place once they are in a proper position of strength, which can happen in the next 3 months or 6 months. That is my assessment. I think US misconstrued the whole thing. They thought that if you make the people put on uniform and if you go and give them weapons so they are prepared, the uttermost preparation is in the minds. So what I think is that the Afghan army mentally probably is not ready to face Afghan Taliban. For whatever reason, either they could be having some, affinities with them, or having some, other affiliations with them, or because of fear, whatever is the reason. And I am also aware of certain other anomalies within Afghan army, which I think this is not the time to discuss. The one thing which I can indicate is their officer cadre and their ground soldiers, the foot soldiers, they are not from the same stock. The soldiers are mostly from the Pashtun tribes, and the officers are mostly from the northern areas, from other tribes. So it is an incompatible army, and I don't think mentally they are ready to face Afghan Taliban. So you can count the numbers all right, you can put on the uniform all right, you can give them weapons, but as they are not willing to really fight. This is my assessment. So I think United States have gone utterly wrong once they say that they have prepared a force. Actually, they just equipped the force, and that is all. If we had a choice, then we could have said that, okay, we would like to have this or would like to have that. But I think now the things are written on the wall. There is no choice, neither for the neighbors nor for the world. Because whatever dispensation takes place in future, because what Taliban are saying is, I think we must listen to them also. They are saying that they do not want monopoly in any future government. They will have an inclusive government. Let us hope they adhere to that. As I said, that they are not taking all these places forcefully and with fighting. They are also talking, and because of that also many places are falling. So if they continue with this attitude and they do not treat the masses, the Afghan people badly, I think the people will also support them and the world will also support them. And ultimately, the world will have to talk to them. This is my assessment. All the neighbors, I think, will have to talk to them. There's no other option. As far as refugees are concerned, so far, you see, Afghan Taliban, they have controlled more than about 60-70% of the area. We haven't received any refugees in Pakistan, which means that people are not all that scared this time as they were 20 years before. So the things have changed. I think the neighboring countries are watching and waiting. And my own assessment is ultimately, because Taliban have met Iranians, they have met Russians, they have met Chinese, they are all talking to Turks, they are talking to Pakistanis. So I don't think there will be a problem of their recognition or internal support. They will get both ultimately in the long run. That is my assessment.